So in Goo Engine, I'm currently in Goo Engine, you have a new menu here, which is called Goo Engine. Who would have thought? In the add menu. And this one has a node, which is called the shader info node. And this shader info node is basically like this combined, but it gives you a little bit more control over how or what shadows you want to consider. So first of all, move this a bit higher so we can see now also a shadow created by this ball on this ball. And if you move this, of course, it changes too. But as you can also see, even the shadows are being affected by how you determine the lighting in the shader. So the shadow right here is also blue. So any kind of shading falls into this gradient concept and into the shader thing right here. Now let's see what the shader info node has for us, okay? All the different things we can play around with. Diffuse shading is basically just how the light hits that object. Then we have the cast shadow, which is basically the shadows that are being created by the objects. So if you want to compare these two, I would kind of describe it as diffuse shading is the light that hits the sphere or that hits the object. The cast shadow is the shadows created by the objects hit by light. So you can see here, this sphere creates a shadow even on itself as well as on this sphere. And then we have these self shadows. There's probably a slight difference. I don't know if this one should be included if it's a self shadow, but whatever. Self shadow would be, you know, what this creates on itself. And then we have the ambient lighting, which is of course the lighting coming from the world settings right here. So if we change this to like that's what that is. And then the last one is half Lambert factor. It's kind of like a mask that describes which part of the object or which surface of the object is closest to the light and then which one is furthest away from the light. This can be useful, for example, if you want to add light wrapping around an object to just have even more control, for example, over the shading. So you can use this instead of the diffuse shading, for example. It has a few more functions that you can utilize this for, but in default, now that we know all the different ways we can separate the lighting with this node. The basic one that you kind of want to use usually is the diffuse shading, just because I think it's the most intuitive. So this is kind of what the node gives you. It gives you kind of like the separation between the different parts of the lighting that are being created in the 3D scene, whereas the diffused BSDF only really gives you all of that combined. That is where Goo Engine has its upper hand, I guess. So for example, if you say, well, my shading setup is supposed to have diffuse shading, so it's supposed to have the basic shading. Diffuse shading is basically the one you always want to have, and then it's also supposed to have cast shadows. Then what you can do is use like another mix node, and then plug the diffuse in here, plug the cast shadows in here, and since we understood, well, black is 0 and white is 1, how do we have to mix these together now? Mix basically means like, you know, this factor determines which one we want to use, A or B. If you set this though to multiply, what that means is now if we set this to 1, the diffuse shading is, for example, here, a certain color value like 0.5, 0.3, 0.7, whatever. And then that value on the surface gets multiplied by the cast shadow, which in this case here is full black, which means 0.5 times 0 is 0. So whenever there's a black value, you can be pretty sure that the end result of multiplying that with something is still 0. And that's how you can, for example, combine the cast shadows with the diffuse shading. And then of course you can do the same with the other ones, like the self shadows, put that on top, multiply that, and it's still the same. If you want to learn more about 3D anime, make sure to check out my free 3D anime course here on YouTube. In there, I basically try to condense all the information that I have gathered over the last 2.5 years of creating my projects and learning things and researching things and testing things basically. And I've tried to put it all into this one course for free, which you can see and find on YouTube. So if you're curious about that and want to learn more and go more in depth in creating your own 3D anime, for example, make sure to check out the description where you'll find the link to it. Otherwise, I guess you can also just enjoy more of these clips if you want. So yeah, do whatever you want.